Truck it on.
Conquerors, roll out. You're watching or listening to We Got Your 6 at 6 Patriot Playtime. We the people, the People's Patriot Project.
Looking for a place to put your skill set, your thoughts, and ideas, or want to help continue the mission? You have come to the right place. We are the People's Patriot Project, and we are the shock and awe when it comes to meeting the needs of our veterans and first responders. We are dealing with a new enemy in today's world where the wounds are not always seen. We want you to be a part of this mission in saving lives and making a difference. Welcome to We Got Your 6 at 6 Patriot Playtime. Here's the WeP3 Team bringing you today's best heroes hits in the boots on the ground organizations that are saving lives. And as always, Patriot Pride.
Left your left, left right your left. You got it.
Truck it on.
Good evening, Andrea Eichmann here with the People's Patriot Project, and we are here tonight bringing you our weekly show and podcast called We Got Your 6 at 6 Patriot Playtime. Every week we bring a guest, and a lot of times we have a new musician, and we share all the good and sometimes not always so good things that are happening in our world. Tonight we are brought to you by Semper Fi Design with Chris and Heather Nobles. And we would also like to mention Bobby and Peggy Kretzinger with Operation Texas Strong. Again, this week, they just keep rolling. If you haven't heard of them or it's been a while, go check them out. They're just busy as can be. Bobby's got a few requests as well. In case you know someone out there with an RV or a camper that they just don't know what to do with anymore, find him. He's got homeless veterans and he's got places to put them. So let him know. It is the 19th of February, 2023. We have some really amazing guests tonight, you guys. We've got Kirk Poe. He's been given to us by Derek from, Catch 22. And he is going to talk about his program tonight. And it's called Not This Day. So there's going to be some cool stuff to learn about him. We also have our musician and our friend, Cody Howell, coming to us from Nashville. He's got some new music he's been wanting to share. So we can't wait. We're super excited to share these two with you. Honestly, I can't wait to get to know both of them better. Before we get started tonight, we are going to change it up a little bit. We do still ask that you take off your hats, stand if you can, cover your heart, and join us for the national anthem.
To honor America with the performance of the national anthem, 8-time Grammy Award winner, Chris Stapleton.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. Oh, the ramparts we walked were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets break there upon her
And that was spectacular.
That is a hell yeah. My goodness. What is going on here? If you haven't got your Cody Howell merch, where's the store, Cody?
We'll be telling you how. We'll be telling you how.
We don't get to do this very often, but Cody is on our panel tonight. We are continuing the avalanche of artists that we had at the WeP3 National Takeover. We'll say Nashville Takeover. Cody came down and was featured on 3 nights, or was it 2 nights? Were you at Bold Patriot too?
I think I'm trying to remember. I can't even remember.
It's a blur, right? It's a complete blur. I mean, I know you're at Scoreboard. I know you were at Tin Roof. I'm trying to remember. I think you did come to
yeah. The
first night of
brewery.
Yeah,
I was over there at Old Patriot. That's a fun one.
So, everyone was watching our show last weekend, so no one was watching that other thing that was going on, and so you probably missed the amazing rendition of Chris Stapleton's national anthem. And so we're here now, and we get to show you, because that's where we were. What I there's no words, and he just does it right. And I know there's sometimes people do the national anthem and it's gaudy. They try to do too much with it, and I just don't think that's the intention. I'm going to tell you, there's a piece of this that impacted me more than Chris's song, and that was the way the head coach for the Eagles, Nick Sirianni, it affected this man. And I'll probably lose my stuff now, because I had the privilege and the awesome opportunity to be in, I don't know if we'll call it athlete, but I played sports. I played sports at every single level. And that was my time. That was my place. And I can't tell you how many times I was on both a football field or a baseball field that I got to listen and have my moment and be able to thank the God that put me on this earth to give me the opportunity. And then also, I've always had it within me to realize that opportunity came at a cost. It came at a cost for other people to give me that opportunity. It was the people that served our country as warriors, as soldiers, and I know we've lost people because of that. And then today, again, that was 30, 40 years ago. Today, our first responders are in that same exact plight of, they're on the combat field every day, people. I'm telling you, that's my opinion. I'm going to carry that. Our first responders are dealing with stuff that they didn't have to deal with 30, 40 years ago, because we are serving a new narrative, and I don't get the narrative, and I don't care about the narrative. And I just know we have people that are taking care of our communities and our country, and thank you. Well, the point I'm making is that's done right. And the other part that's done right, and again, not everyone, and if you don't get teary-eyed during the song, that doesn't make you lesser or more of a person. That's not it. But I was also moved by Jason Kelsey, one of the brothers that was in the. But both of these guys were clearly moved by that moment. I tell you what, I'm not embarrassed by it. I don't necessarily want people to know I cry at stuff like that, but I have zero problems telling anyone that means that much to me, that is what does happen about 90% of the time when I hear the national anthem. You guys any feedback? Any? Or do I just get to ramble?
It's you can ramble. Great
right.
song, man. And I kind of put it out there in the news the week before the Super Bowl that Chris Stapleton was going to be singing it, but I don't think in my wildest imagination I could have imagined it coming out that great.
Yeah. I mean,
definitely had
That was
goosebumps while I was watching it. I was like my whole arm, my arms just covered in goosebumps. It was good.
it's awesome, man. It's awesome. Derek Iozio, good to see you, brother. Thank you for all the amazing things you do. He is a constant boots on the ground. Let's go get her done. Michael Madsen, good to see you. Had amazing conversations with this guy. He is in charge of a lot and works in the world of radio, works in the world of another, I don't have a problem saying Vets Radio Syndicate. And we're having some great conversations, and I owe him an email, and we're going to be moving in a different direction.
And then we have this one. This one that says Facebook. This one that is Facebook user is Kimmer Gwinner for Kirk.
Okay.
Oh, Kimmer Gwinner. I see the name on the page, but here's your chance to put on info.
And let me go put that link in there. Did you put that in yet?
Yeah,
you did
earlier.
Oh, look at that.
So there is a link that is the https://streamyard.facebook.com/Facebook. That gives you permission wherever you're at, because you're seeing this on Facebook or YouTube, maybe Twitter, maybe Instagram. If you follow that link, it will give us permission to see who's doing. It doesn't do anything else. It doesn't give you emails. It doesn't hack or do any crazy. It doesn't launch a balloon into the air for the U.S. to shoot down.
That's what you say. Who knows? Who knows?
That's how all that happened. Our growing popularity.
So it's great having you all here and on here. And look at this amazing panel of people that we have. And we have a great boots on the ground organization here with us and a great musician. And we're going to hear a couple of his latest releases tonight as well. And so let's throw it on the news real quick.
Sweet. The news. Well, I'll start out with this, Jonathan. Next week's guest, we have Melody Guptill coming on, and Melody will be bringing information. Her organization is called Help Heal Veterans, and I believe she is out of San Antonio. So she'll be on. Our musician is yet to be determined. This is a weird week that we did not have someone scheduled in there. So to be determined, it'll be a surprise. How about if you guys who are listening take a guess, and the winner will get you a Cody Howell hat. How's that?
Just give them away now.
I know. Well, I'm not going to give mine away, but I'll buy one for somebody else.
Okay. I want that one in particular.
This one with the extremely big bill. I'm telling you, I wear kid-sized hats. It's funny. It's funny, but I got a kid-sized head, so.
Is that it for the news?
No. Relax a second. We got to take a breath.
Okay. I was waiting for that to happen too, you know.
Peterson.
So we gotta dive back a little bit. This is in honor of February being Black History Month, but it's also kind of a really awesome story. In 1959, a librarian called the police on a 9-year-old boy because he refused to leave the library, a segregated library, without taking the books that he wanted to check out. In 1978, Ronald McNair, who was now a man, was picked from a pool of 10,000 applicants to take part in a NASA astronaut program. He flew several missions in 1984 as a mission specialist. He became the second African American to go into space. He would die on January 28th, 1986 at 35 years old during the launch of the Space Shuttle Challenger. If anyone remembers that, it exploded after launch. That same library that kicked him out at 9 years old has since been restored and repurposed and is now called the Dr. Ronald E. McNair Life History Center.
That's very cool.
That was pretty cool. And a great tribute to a great man who accomplished a lot of things in a very adverse time. And also, February 23rd is the Iwo Jima flag raising, which is a very significant symbol of, I like to say, just freedom, man. It's very American. That was 1945. February 20th, 2023 is President's Day. It was a day that was set aside to honor George Washington, and now other presidents are also honored on that day.
Very cool. I think that's it. Now, Peterson. Did you hold your breath, or do we have more, John?
Yeah, I just want to breathe out so Mark knows we're done.
Okay.
He was so patient. Peterson, nice job. Way to, give us a minute to do the news.
I know, right? Hey, Jonathan, you got any beads to throw us or anything?
Ooh, I do have this one I keep. This is
Look at that.
I found this actually, and it's really cool. It's got the yellow ribbon on it, and it's got these two flags that hang from it, and it says "Support our troops" in red, white, and blue, and that's what I wear at Mardi Gras. And I actually had the privilege of riding for the first time this year, and we had a speaker system on the back, and we were riding around just announcing to everyone. I was actually riding with a local nonprofit that's going to be helping veterans in the area, and we were just building up veterans. Anybody we seen in the crowd that had a veteran's hat on or something like that, we'd run out there and shake hands, thank them for the service, give them a T-shirt, help. It was a blast, man. I don't know. I think building people up is probably the funnest thing we'll ever do in life.
It's not hard, is it? It's my addiction now. It's my fun, and it's not hard. And so, Kirk Poe, good to have you here, brother.
Oops, Kirk, you're muted.
Good to be here. Thank you.
There we go.
Yeah, you're good. You're good. So tell us about your mission. What are you working on these days?
I'll be happy to. I'm honored to be here. Thank you. I'm just going to start telling you a little bit about my dad. He was World War II, and today he was today. So I'm just honored. This date was chosen for us to be together, and I honor my father. His flag was folded about 10 years ago, but he was in World War II and survived and thrived, but had a big scar across his back, removed one lung and part of another lung. And so as a kid, I always admired that big old scar, but I knew, looking back now, that he had some invisible. And so he's one of my motivations for doing holistic healing for veterans and helping them with some tools and some technologies that we didn't have available back when he needed help. And like many veterans, he probably never would have asked for help. So anyway, I'm glad to honor Father. I know he'd be proud that I'm with you tonight, and I'll just keep going and share a little bit about what I do, if that's okay.
Absolutely.
All right. So I started a not-for-profit organization to provide for veterans free holistic healings to help them with post-traumatic stress symptoms, and really important to me, help with suicide ideation, and do whatever I can to keep veterans living more days. So I chose the name for my organization, Not This Day, and chose it just because we all know we're all going to die one day, but not this day. Today we live. And so that is my website, notthisday.live. I also volunteer for a great organization, Warriors for Life. And Derek's on the call with us tonight, and I host Monday nights. So every week, a group of veterans get together, and we just talk about all things holistic healing, about getting people help with their PTSD symptoms, etc. So my go-to tool is and it came out about 15 years ago. There's anybody to do it. That's what I let the limit is for the many. If there's a spouse of a veteran or first responder that says, gee, I wish there was something I can do to help, there is something you can do to help. And I can teach you how to do it. Lots of ways to learn how to do the emotion code. And so that came out 15 years ago. In 2 days, the sequel to that's going to be out in book form. It's called The Body Code. And so much more information on how we can all help each other heal. So basic explanation of it is all about emotional baggage. I find emotional baggage and releasing it. So emotional baggage can be emotions, obviously, and thoughts and beliefs that's stuck inside of us. Trauma can get stuck inside. So an example is anger. Society tells us that we should repress our anger. And so we keep this anger bottled up inside of us. Every time that we do it, that feeling of anger is stuck inside of us. It's no wonder that angry people get angry so easily, because they have the energy of anger trapped inside of them. It can cause physical problems, and it can cause tension. So the more we repress anger, just as an example, the angrier we are inside. And I'm going to venture a guess that those of you that were in the military were taught how to repress your emotions. I mean, I guess the first responders were taught how to repress your emotions. And I call the veterans that I work with professional repressors, because they're the best in the world at not experiencing them, and it traps all this bad energy inside of them. So in addition to anger, we can add a whole list of emotions: anxiety and depression, grief, sorrow and sadness, maybe guilt and shame. So these trapped emotions, they can cause physical problems like headaches, maybe joint pain, maybe headaches, fight or flight response. So just as an example, when I learned how to do this, I had arthritis in the tip of my little finger, of all places. I could barely in my little finger. I figured out that I had 30 trapped emotions in my little finger, and using the emotion code, I released them. The pain is gone, the swelling was gone, and I can bend my little finger again, all because of repressed emotions throughout my life. That's just one example of some of the things that it will help with. So trauma. trauma, it's kind of a mystery. People say that we can't heal trauma, we can't heal PTSD. I think we can release a lot of the things behind trauma. So we'll talk real quick about a car wreck, for example. So let's say someone's in a car wreck and they experience some emotions. It's fear, it's shock, and it's panic. They might experience physical from the abrupt stop and maybe some bruises. So they have a car wreck, but they all have stuck inside of them the senses. So the sights and sounds and the smells of that car wreck, those can be triggers. So they may hear a siren and it flares up the memory of that car wreck. They can smell burning rubber and it's a trigger for that car wreck. They hear horn honks. That could be another trigger. So what we can do is we can figure out the trapped emotions that are associated with that car wreck. We can release them so that you no longer have that kind of panic fear, maybe when you're in a car or you hear and have those flashbacks from siren and horn honkings. So why they're real is because the very emotions that were stuck in your body from that car wreck, the energy is still there. And that's why flashbacks are so darn real. Is because you have trapped inside of you the actual energy that you experienced during that car wreck. So you can expand that trauma situation to anything that you want. We'll jump quickly to thoughts and beliefs that can get stuck inside of you. So these may or may not be familiar, but we can have thoughts that get up. I don't deserve love. I don't deserve forgiveness. I'm damaged. I'm broken. My life is a waste. No one cares. Something's wrong with me. I'm not safe. I don't want to live. We can have those kind of thoughts or beliefs just for a moment, and they get stuck in our subconscious. And they keep coming up and they whisper. So identify, release those. So I'll tell you really quickly, if you're interested, what do? You go to my website, you schedule a free session. Free for veterans, free for first responders. We do Zoom sessions. They last about 30, 40 minutes, one-on-one. You don't have to do anything except be with me. You don't have to talk about what happened. You don't have to think about what happened, but we'll release all that trapped negative energy one at a time. So you may ask, all right, if you don't tell me what happened, I don't know what happened. How do we do it? There's an aspect of you that knows and remembers exactly what happened, even if you repressed it. Maybe as a child you repressed it. That aspect knows exactly what's wrong. It knows what it needs to be corrected, and then it will help you to heal. That aspect of you, some people say it's your soul. Some people say it is your subconscious. Some people say that we all have an inner healer, an inner physician that knows exactly what's wrong with us, knows exactly what it's going to take for healed, and will be, or whoever body code practitioner, what we need to do to make it better, because there's an aspect of you that can be and wants you to be healed. So with your permission, I connect with you. I ask for help from above, because we believe that the Creator has the ability to heal each and every one of us. I ask yes or no questions. I get answers. It's kind of like a code talker. I get answers back. I know exactly what it is to release. There are several ways to release these emotions. We can use magnets by swiping over our head. It's intention. It's the power of prayer. Many ways to let these go. My friend Susan, Marine Corps veteran, said, mind, body, and spirit helps. Thank you, Susan. So anyways, in a nutshell, I can talk for an hour about it, but I'll see if there's any questions, and then would love to come back and tell you more if you're interested.
Pearson muted all of us. Yeah, you got to unmute yourself, dude. But I can't wait to hear your thoughts.
What the heck? Oh, we lost Cody. What's going on around here?
Oh, no, there he is.
we heard you say earlier that you give a lot of the tribute to your father for his service in World War II and what his involvement. But when did you know this was like your life passion? This was, you knew what triggered that piece that said you this is what I need to do.
Yeah, great question, Mark. I'm happy to answer. I'm going to before I do, I'm just going to show you my dad's hat from World War II. So I keep this in my healing room with me. But anyway, I retired. I'm a civilian, retired from 40 years in the hotel business, and just knew I had a calling, had no idea whatsoever what it was. I had a friend that was diagnosed with a terrible disease, life-ending disease, and he had 5 years to live. And so every time I left him, his body kept deteriorating. Every time I left him, I said, I wish there was something I could do to help him. I must have said that 100 times. And then finally, it came to me intuitively and said, you want to help your friend, Mr. Big Shot? Here's how you do it. And I followed that voice in my head. I followed my intuition. And I learned how to do holistic healing to help my friends. Charlie Daniels, entertainer, great patriot, died a couple of years ago. He talked every day about 22 veterans dying every day from suicide. Charlie was a great inspiration for me helping veterans.
Awesome. I think one of the hardest things to do, and it's not that hard if you're listening, and I actually, that's one of the reasons why I like the name of your organization is, we're not going to do this today, not this day. Today we're going to live.
Not this day.
I don't know. I'm a huge fan of Andy Frisella, who's got the Real AF. Oddly enough, you can have a branding like that, but Real AF podcast, and he's all about mental toughness. And I know that here's a novel thought. There's a lot of times that our brothers and our sisters lose that moment of mental toughness. That's why they end up in the spot that they're at. I love that the name of your organization just calls them out. We're not this day. Not this day. Today we live. And I just, how inspiring that is to have a mantra like that and living it. And so many times I think there's a voice, and clearly a voice said that, hey, this is what I should be doing. And I'm going to be a proactive, boots on the ground individual that is going to go and help others. Brothers and sisters, please take the time to listen to that voice, because sometimes that voice is just saying, get off the couch. Okay. Get off the couch or make a call. And so we're going to hear a lot more from you. And thank you for being here tonight, Kurt. This is the first part of the first segment, and we want to get Cody in here and kind of find out what this cat's been up to lately.
Oh, we're still working on our EP. I know we've been on this for about a year and a half now, but it's coming slowly and surely. But meantime, I'm doing gigs, doing some. I got a new band together. We did a show last night. It was pretty fun. I think this is our fourth one. We got a fifth one scheduled for next month. It's a blast. It's just each step is a little step, and some of them are bigger steps, some of them are smaller ones, but keep on the same path and consistency. We're working on a 5-song EP with Kent Wells over on Music Row. So I sent a couple to you. I said Saddle Up and Any Way You Go. And then we got some other ones that are pretty cool songs that are just taking a little more time to get through. And then, so in the meantime, I'm going over to Belmont University using that GI Bill for a music business. So this is the third year I'm on. I'll be doing one more year after. And there's some really cool classes that they got in there too with like music streaming and stuff. But I'm pretty blessed to have winded up over here to be able to kind of do my dream for a little while or give it a shot, you know?
Well, I just want to say you've been a blessing to our world. Again, Cody was with us down at the WeP3 Nashville takeover, and he's got a lineup of music that you got it for me. I'm just going to say, I mean, you've got the style, you've got the voice, you've got the lyric. You're a musician that grabs my interest, and Nashville just blew it out of the water for me. And of course, I was living on all kinds of highs from that week, just because we did take over Nashville. We did make an impression. We did get some stuff done while we were there, and we did. We let the people know that we've got veterans and first responders that are tip of the spear moving forward and getting things done. And these musicians are one of those. Which song do you want to roll with first?
Well, I guess you could hit up Saddle Up, and then we could end with the other one on a more happier, whichever.
Yeah, this is one. Saddle Up's a great one.
Saddle Up.
Give us a lead in on this.
Yeah. So actually, I was kind of following on some of what Kirk was saying. Is it mainly is kind of where I'm at whenever I wrote it, is just the whenever your brain's in that spot where you're just like no one's telling me nothing right now, or at least tonight, someone could tell me tomorrow, someone could tell me the next day, but right now it's kind of about liquor and love. So whenever you're all liquored up or emotionally in a state of mind where like love feelings or whatever are taken, but you get to that point, and then it doesn't really matter what anybody else says. You're just, you're just that far in your own head, I guess. And so that's kind of where I wrote Saddle Up out of, is like just deep in that. You ain't telling me nothing right now. You can tell me tomorrow, but not right now, So that's kind of what Saddle Up's about. I guess you can go ahead.
I love it. This is Cody Howell with Saddle Up.
Wasn't God who made sail honky-tonk dream. Liquor and love was the life that did it for me. On an old bar stool with an unpaid bill, I'm a lonesome dove with a stubborn will. So you can tell me to saddle up, you can tell me to ride. You can tell me to take the reins and leave this town behind. You can tell me anything you want, soul cowboy on mine, but you can't tell me tonight. Wasn't me who left a gentle heart out in the rain, helpless and hurt along crossing a plain. could tell me to ride. You could tell me to take the reins and leave this town behind. You could tell me anything you want, the soul cowboy wants mine. But you can't tell me tonight. Not tell me saddle up, you could tell me to ride.
I love the message, man.
Thank you.
Oh, I got it on loop too.
Oh, good. We listen some more. Let's hear more. Let's hear more.
That wouldn't be the worst song to have playing in the background. I mean, we can lower that down and let it play in the background. But
Yeah.
There was a time I know when we were down in Nashville that I'm living on top of the world. I mean, you didn't get to go to the resort and hang with us one night, but we've got this picture sitting out by the fire, and a picture of the veterans that were there for the event was taken and captured. And we didn't notice till later there was this. We might even have it up. I want to see if it's in there still.
I'm looking. You keep going. Is this it?
Yeah, there it is. I don't know if you guys can tell, but in the middle of this event, there's a shooting star going across right there. And what's even better, it looks like kind of our beacon green. So I'm just like, I am in the right place, doing the right thing, and I am loving life. And I just remember hearing that song, was like, oh my gosh, here's a truth. Here's a truth. Take it or leave it. I'm here in the moment. And I'm not going to lie. I had one of my buddies sitting with me not too long later. His name was Cody Howell, and he was singing that song. So it was what a great night that was. I love it. You're impacting lives, brother. You know that, right?
Hey, Audrey.
Doing my best. So I think that'll be the first one we put out. We pretty much just need one more day in there before I can start setting everything up to release that, because none of these we got released yet, so you can't find them on Spotify or any of those. But hopefully here, once we get back in there, maybe quarter two, we'll be able to get them out, and then at least get one out, at least get that first one out, because I think that'll be the first one I release, and then go with some of the other ones. But should be good, and it's awesome that we was able to. A lot of it thanks to Kent Wells for the recording process. He pulls out a lot of the emotion and sound, I guess, that I can't just do with the guitar. You get a guy that's production, professional, and he's able to make everything sound so full and everything, just packed. So
does that song make you feel a certain way?
Myself?
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know if I don't know if I'm making this up, but there seems like there's a time in that song where I literally hear it in your voice, like, this thing's got me.
Yeah,
and that's okay.
It's going through that same, because I mean it's kind of some I guess circles of emotions, I guess, whenever you're just back in, and you're just finding another way, another thing to So there's 40 or 50 different ways that you're in there. Maybe not of them all are liquor and love or whatnot, but each time you're going back around, it's just a different angle or aspect that you see that same kind of thought process, I guess, as
I love it. I love it. I love it song. I do want to do, and normally we don't do this because we want to highlight and showcase the musician we have on here tonight, but I do want to do a quick shout out to Tammy Jo Dabbs, who's in the audience tonight, and she just released on Friday her video for.
Are you serious?
I just had the moment.
Cowgirl.
I get to have those.
Cowgirl on.
Get your cow. Yes. I hear the song in my head. I saw her do it, and I'm just like, gosh, dang it. And so, I apologize for that. Get your cowgirl on.
Hell yeah.
It's amazing. We'll have her on again, and we'll let her showcase that video as well.
I think the fun part is that we got to see it live a few times,
right
down there with Tammy Jo in Nashville, and so now to see a video that goes with it is pretty freaking cool. Pretty cool.
Yeah. I've been looking for some footage. I need just to have some blank footage because, like Cody says, he doesn't have this. Song's not out yet. We can put that on WeP3 Radio though, right?
You could if you want to, but I'll have you a newer. If we do any changes to, we got that one mastered. But if we do any last second changes, I'll just give you the new version.
What if I like that one?
If we have any types of changes, it'll be pretty minute. But I think it's pretty much there. But yeah, go ahead. I'll give you permission right here.
That's from Tammy Jo right there.
Is this Tammy Jo on here now?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Tammy Jo loves you, Cody.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. I'm having a moment because I'm trying to think of an artist this weekend. I was sitting and listening to a song, and this song has the same effect on me and I'm doing stupid. I should do my research and just say, hey.
You need to take some, what's that stuff that helps memory? Is that ginger? Can you get some ginger in your diet? Ginseng. There we go.
Rose, is Tammy Jo's music video on YouTube?
It's on YouTube, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Luke Bryan's Drink a Beer. I got that one again. We hear song stuff and everything, but that song hit me like a ton of bricks this weekend. I just remembering some friends that aren't here any longer, and it's just like, blah, 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 blah. I had that moment, but this, I want to sit and, I haven't, no one needs to know this. I'm going to share. I haven't been drinking for a while for the sake of being a little bit healthier. Not that it was controlling my health. Complete health overhaul is what I'm doing. And, but I want to sit back and just watch a fire and listen to that song. That's what I want. Not drink a beer. I want to listen to a Cody song. Cody song. Saddle up.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone's going to make, and again, as soon as Cody gets his releases out, we'll make sure that we promote that and push that and get that out there, and so everyone knows where to get that too. So that's awesome. I was going to ask you a question, but it actually goes into the last segment, so I won't ask that question. Kirk, back to you, brother. We actually went through 2 segments during your talk, and that's okay too. What's next for you, brother? What's going on? What are you going to do next?
I'm just want to get more. I'm going to say change the mindset where I think veterans, first responders have a mindset that asking for help is a sign of weakness. So we just got to change that mindset and encourage each other that asking for help is a sign of strength. There's just so many great tools out there that can maybe get people off of pharmaceuticals. And, pharmaceuticals work great for some people, but they have side effects. So just letting people know, getting the word out that there's some alternatives other than pharmaceuticals. That's what I really want to work on. And just working with veterans, working with mothers of suicide prevention. Very, very important to me. Our friend Michelle Ladd is really focused on that. So there's a whole lot of people that desperately need healing.
Absolutely. We had Michelle on our show here. I won't be able to tell you what the date was, but this last year. And what an amazing mission she has in getting across the country and taking care of veterans and first responders and focusing on family members as well as those that have served as well. Again, thank you for dropping that name in there. We got Shannon Book in the house here. Another great musician out of Texas. You can check him out when you get a chance. Love having that guy around. He thanks, Shannon.
From one beautiful person himself. Thank you very much.
Right. From one beautiful person to the rest of us. Another beautiful person.
Yeah.
So
Did
Shannon,
you, I'm sorry, I want to interrupt quick. And I might have been writing or something, but Kirk, did you see Stephen Cote is reaching out? He's from Colorado as well. And we just met, was it 2 weeks ago? We met him. He'd like to connect and learn more and maybe do some work together. So yeah, he'll probably find you before you know it. So
yeah, here's his last post if you can see it there. So reach onto Facebook and go find him, or I think, yeah.
What do you think about?
I was thinking phone numbers and stuff. I don't think I have Steve's number. Oh, who does have Steve?
Yeah, we know someone who does. There we go.
So that's my friend Susan that I work with a lot, Marine Corps vet. And she says Kirk works magic. It's so easy to navigate the link. Pick any day that works. It's free for veterans. Take advantage. So thank you, Susan.
Yeah. I think it was, and joking aside, but I think she said this even works for Marines. That was her comment.
Tried and trusted, man.
Oh, so awesome.
And then this one is Audrey McHugh again. Oops, I thought I clicked it there.
Yeah, it's up.
Is it up? I think I have a delay. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, Audrey says he's great. Stephen is a stand-up veteran.
Audrey, man, I'd just like to say real quick, man, the chat is booming tonight, and that's awesome to see.
It is. We had a I guess, let's call it an ace and a spade and a spade. We did have one knucklehead come in tonight, and
yeah,
we'll get rid of that stuff. It's clearly someone who's never had a chance or took the chance to do something bigger than themselves. That's what it was. So life's life. We'll get to that. Cody Howell, what's next for you, brother? What's you kind of been giving us some hints. We're working on an album. We're heading to the studio. What else? Where can we see you? Can we see you soon?
Yeah, I got. It's the different aspects, kind of 3 different things, 4 different actually that I'm working on. I'm getting closer to having my website up, so that's a plus. And then I'll have or the Shopify or whatever connected to it to do hats and the different merch. That's hopefully we'll have that done by the end of the month. And then the music, that's just going to take some more time. So hopefully in the next 3 months, we'll be having that ready to be put out. A couple songs probably by then. And then with the band, we're playing down in, it's kind of still around the Nashville area. We're playing in February 18th. We're playing at Dillinger's by Dixon. It's about 30 minutes outside of Nashville. And then meanwhile, I'm still going to school, learning more about music business. So there's my there's what I'm shooting for right now.
You got nothing. You're not doing nothing. That's what I'm saying.
Seems like that.
Hanging back, just kind of chilling. And yeah, you're one of the busy ones. It's awesome. It's awesome seeing you put stuff out. We loved having you at the event in October. We've been on and off on another event in Nashville a couple times. We went really big for this next year, like super big, super big. And we're just not catching the rubber's not quite meeting the road yet. We'll get that figured out. But there's a little stadium down there that we were talking about filling up. What is some foreign car stadium or something like that? It's, I think, is it a high school team plays there or something? No, that's not right. I think the Titans play in the stadium. Working that negotiations and I don't want to let all the cats free here, but we'll still plan stuff. We do have tentatively got a pretty significant event happening down in Dallas coming up on Memorial Day.
Memorial Day weekend, Saturday. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, well, we'll keep working at it. You'll be one of the first ones we let know when we come down to Nashville for sure, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was a blast.
Right,
I enjoyed coming
Good.
in, so hanging out.
For sure.
Good.
For
It
sure.
was. I got to find a way where I'm not sitting behind the screen the entire time. I need to get out and do what you guys do a little bit and maybe enjoy the waters that you guys are drinking because I didn't get a chance to do much of that.
Oh,
Here's
I
an
thought you meant
analogy.
sing for a second there. I thought you meant singing.
Oh, well, Peterson sings. Yeah,
I was gonna bring the camera and record for you.
You're gonna let me sing?
Yeah. I think everybody wants to see that now. Get on up there.
I'm going to come down. I'm going to sing Drink a Beer. That's what I'll do. I'll come down. No, I'm going to sing Saddle Up. Can I sing Saddle Up with you?
Yeah.
This is recorded. You got it.
The biggest blubbering baby on the face of the earth up here singing this. We can sell tickets for that crap. What's your last song, brother?
Okay, so this one's called Any Way You Go. I kind of just come up with this idea on it's kind of out of a dream that I remembered the next day, and it was like kind of it doesn't really matter if you go with your buddy or if you go alone or whoever. We all kind of end up at the same spot to have a good time to hang out, and so that's what I kind of just wrote this one around. It's my beer drinking song, but it's a fun one. Go ahead if you want.
That's awesome.
I like it.
This is cool. Well, you know, any way you go.
You could go with the girls. Yeah, you could go with me. And you could go with the good old boys. It don't much matter, it's all good company. You could go in your boots. Put them on. You could go in your jeans. Pull them up. You could cut your own damn path. And just as long as you stay in your own lane, well, anywhere you go, we're all going to the same old place. To a bonfire Friday night, throwing down our tailgates. Anywhere you go, it's all gonna be the same old thing. We can drink and pee until the AM. Anywhere you go. You could go with the bull or the bush, the natty or the Michelob, the jack or the jail, just to get your blood flowing. When you get us done, I'm gonna win. Well, it'll get you where your get time's gone. 'Cause anywhere you go, we're all going to the same old place. To a bonfire Friday night, throwing down our tailgates. Anywhere you go, it's all gonna be the same old thing. We can drink and be in PM. Yeah, we can drink and be in PM. Anywhere you go. Come on now, hurry up. We ain't got a lot of time. I'm trying to get there, man. We're all going the same place. Stop in now. Yeah, man, I'm good to drive.
That absolutely is a good Phil song there. And I can see, sorry, Andrea. I can see tossing back a couple natty lattes on that. I'm not touching anything. So just so you know.
It's okay. You don't want me to talk. No, I was going to comment on Steven's post about the old school country. That is something that we talked about a lot down there is, sticking to what you love. And if you're country, stick to country. You don't have to be this country pop fit into everybody else's, kind of style right now. And I love it. That was sorry, I was dancing a little bit and trying to sing along. So
yeah,
that's
a
good
little
stuff.
boogie in your woogie, huh? Yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
I did.
Well, I might be launching a career here because I'm not sure. Do you know who made this comment? Because someone wants me to sing with them as well.
That's
so
Tammy Jo.
I invited myself to sing with Cody Howell, but
Tammy Jo wants to rock out with you, man. That's who
that is. Tammy Jo.
Who it is? Hey, Tammy, give me the material, and I won't say no. Let me practice. Me.
Could it be like? So this will give away our age a little bit, but like Danny Zuko was a real popular person kind of in our day. Could it be one of those kind of songs?
You're gonna throw
Maybe
me
White
under that
Lightning?
bus?
White Lightning.
I may have been in a few musicals in the past. That was a couple years ago. Yeah, what do you do? Hey, we got to do our call to action right now. Again, thank you, gentlemen, for being on here tonight. We have run our course of an hour, but we can stay here for a little because it's our show. We get to do what we want to. The only ones that really, we got those good friends of ours on the Scuttlebutt who like to run the show on Sunday sometimes. There is a Vet Radio Syndicate show that likes to run Sundays night too, but everyone's hanging out with us tonight. That's okay too. And We'll stay here until we're done doing business, but we have to do our call to action, and we do this every weekend. We did have a campaign this last month called the WeP3 Wave, but we live this. Everyone's got one of these in their close possession. I know if you're on the show, don't adjust. If you're, and for those who listen on the podcast, I'm holding up a phone, and it's not a flip phone. But this is the source of contact. It takes roughly 6 seconds to send out a text saying, "Hey, I was thinking about you." Sometimes that is the only catalyst we need. Just the fact that you care enough to reach out to someone in your contact world to just say, "Hey, you know what? I was thinking about you today. Want to know if you're okay. How's life? Tell us what's going on." I would even be bold enough to say or ask you if there has been a damaged or cleaved relationship in your life and I'm going to tell you why I say this, because I had an individual in my life who we did everything up through high school. He joined the Navy. I joined the Army. If he wasn't underwater in a submarine, he would have been one of my best men in my wedding. I was his best man in his wedding. And I let something silly kind of get in our way of our relationship. And I thought I was holding a premise and that I was doing the right thing. And I let that relationship kind of slide until the point where he drank himself to death. And that wasn't why he drank himself to death, but just we didn't have the comradeship any longer to where I was his best man. I should have been there at his toughest times, and I let something petty get in the way. So I get to live with that regret for the rest of my life. Not that I carry it. I mean, I deal with it. I work with it. I know where it sits, but that's why I have this conversation. If you've got someone in their life, especially if it's a family member, please resurrect at least a conversation. You may not have to, it might be an issue where you don't have to see eye to eye, but at least reach out. Don't let that stuff get you where it weighs on you heavy. We do actually ask you to do it by a 6-pack. Reach out to 6 people in your life this week. Do one a day. That's what the campaign was. Do one a day for 30 days. It's not doing push-ups. It's not asking you to spend money. It's not asking you to literally 6 times 6, 36 seconds. You could even do it in a thread if you want to. But reach out. Ask people how they're doing. Resurrect those relationships. Resurrect the conversation. That's something we've been talking about a lot in our network is just, what conversation are you willing to have next? We're willing to have a conversation to say, hey, let's have Kirk Poe come on our show. Derek Iozio with Catch 22 says, reach out, call, text, email. And oddly enough, I did it in a different format. I reached out to Derek this week. I reached out to Derek and thanked him for all the amazing support he provides us. He's running his own organization down in Texas, and he takes the time to make sure we have guests in our show. He takes time to come onto the show. He takes time posting where he's at, what he's doing, how he's doing it. And I wanted to thank him for the amazing. He voted for us to be one of the businesses of the community on Alignable, and I think thank you for seeing that what we're doing is a value. And so remember the People's Patriot Project and Mr. Kirk Poe with his, not this day, but we are the beacon of hope and we're the beacon of opportunity. We offer you the opportunity to serve. If you never had the chance to serve, and if you're looking for a place to continue to serve, we have many, many places where we could utilize your time, talent, and treasure. This doesn't get done. This amazingness right here doesn't happen by itself, believe it or not. I was jokingly saying that about me, but Andrea puts up with a lot from me regularly, and it's because we have such a vital mission, and there's a lot of people reaching out to us that need help doing their mission as well. And I don't have a problem helping other people, but we need the resources. So you are the resources. We've had an amazing crowd on here tonight, amazing numbers, and that tells me that we're doing the right thing. It tells me that people appreciate what we're doing and that we are available for others too. That hope piece, we shine a green beacon all the time, and that green beacon says, we are here for you. We are here. Come to the light, man. We got Scotty Hastings in the house. Again, another amazing artist from Nashville. We sadly didn't get to hang out with him this last October because he was busy out doing what he does and doing his routine. And that's what these musicians have to do to put food on their table. We appreciate him in every way. And we're seeing some really exciting stuff from Scotty out there in the world too. Keep up the good work, brother. Miss Eichmann, anything in closing?
Gosh, we covered so much. I think, Cody, I just want to thank you again. And actually, I had somebody, I believe by the name of Jason, request that you come on when he comes on in about a month. So I can't even remember if I asked if you were free, but I'm hoping you are that night. And if you're not, that's okay. We'll fill it in. But yeah, looking forward to hearing more.
Yeah, thanks for having me on. And I think Jason mentioned something about that. So I think I'll be free. But yeah, let me know. Get a hold of me. And yeah, that'd be
very cool. Very cool. And definitely, Scotty Hastings. I saw you on Facebook a lot these last couple of weeks, Scotty. Nice job. I see you get a lot of accolades and some cool photo ops. So keep up the good work too. Derek, have a great weekend. Thanks for being around. And Kirk, thanks for letting Derek make that connection. It was great having you on the show. And very nice to meet you. We'll be talking more, I'm sure of it. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Jonathan, anything in closing?
If you don't mind, I'd like to share something real quick. It kind of struck me when Kirk had said asking for help was not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of strength. And just today I had written something down, and I come to the conclusion that is often when we choose to deal with our problems alone that we become overwhelmed by them. So your voice, everyone's voice it's got a lot of power built into it. You can heal, you can get help, you can use it to ask for help, you can use it to reach out to someone, you can use it to help others. But the point is that your voice is one of the most powerful weapons you'll wield. So learn how to use it. Seek help if you need it. There's always people that are there to help you. Anybody here, I'm sure, on this panel would be glad to entertain anything you needed to talk about. But the key is to learn your voice, man. Use it properly. Don't be silent. Speak up.
Mr. Poe, anything in closing, brother?
Just be an advocate for your own health.
Outstanding. Mr. Howell?
Thanks for having me on. It's fun. This is the second time on here. It's fun the first time. It's fun this time, and it'll be fun the next time too, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate everything y'all do.
You're a blessing, brother. You're a blessing. Send me that material so we'll work on it together, okay?
Oh yeah.
that's my joke. No one wants to hear that.
It's ongoing. We get your song going so everybody can hear you sing.
Uh-huh.
We'll get some. There's one in the works. I'm going to let you know. It's called Whiskey Slow Dance. It's been working on it for a while. We'll see what it turns out like. Well, maybe I need to collaborate that.
Uh-huh.
I'll talk to Chris Stapleton. See.
Oh, that was cool. The CB and 70 on the Chris Stapleton video. Whenever they were doing it, that was a ship I was on for a while.
Was it? Well, that's cool.
That's called Vincent. So it was kind of cool to see my old ship that I was on there for 3 years. It was cool to see it pop out. That was fun.
That's
God.
Was that the first time you saw that footage?
No, I was watching the I was watching the Super Bowl whenever I seen it. And I was like,
you were watching. You were one of the couples that were watching the Super Bowl. You weren't watching our show.
Crazy show. Yeah.
What the hell, Cody?
We were probably on in the background. I'm sure he had us on in the background. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
I had both the volumes. So I was like, wait, which one? I was, Oh, no.
I understand the dilemma. No, I don't. Yeah. But that's okay. Hey, thanks everybody for being here tonight. And again, our amazing guests and the amazing people out there listening and throwing in your comments and being part of it. It actually does make the show more. I mean, it's interactive clearly, but it allows us to see a value in this and what we're doing. So we will see you. You can check us out tomorrow with our weekly debrief where we show up with no pants and tell
holidays are so much easier. They're so much easier for the debriefing. You know what?
No debrief.
Holidays.
My bad. I didn't know that was our secret. I thought everyone got to hear that. Me wearing this hat is like throwing a saucer on the top of a buffalo's butt. It's not the hat's problem. It's not the hat's problem. It's hey, see us tomorrow at our debrief, and then again next Sunday. And we got your 6 at 6 Patriot Playtime. We do it every Sunday at 1800 Central Standard Time. Catch you next week or whenever we catch you. Patriot Pride.
Pride.
Truck off.